Hello everyone! Alright, so today's video we are starting off in the regular Settlers of Kelgore League. So I'm here on my main in Kingsmarch, and the reason we're here is because I want to show you how to optimize Kingsmarch to make a little bit of early game money in the Necro Settlers event. So here I am in Kingsmarch. You can see here I have a lot of bars, ores, gold, and my hideout is completely maxed. Right? That's probably not going to be the case for you in the event, but just follow along because I'm going to show you what we are aiming to do. Talk to Tujin and then go to shipping, and here you'll see that we have our boat set up. Alright, our goal is to send blue xanthemum crop shipments to Kelgore in humble amounts so that we can fish for divines in the rewards that we get from the shipment. So here I will do a sample port. I will click prepare shipment. It's already selected to Kelgore. And then we are going to be sending blue xanthemum, okay? So I've sourced two videos to come up with the strategy. One is Sir Gog's updated video on Kingsmarch. Here he talks about port biases and how Kelgore is biased towards giving you more divines if you send it blue xanthemum. Alright, so that's why we're sending the boat to Kelgore, and that's why we're sending blue xanthemum. Alright, the other video I've sourced is Ziggy D's one from 1 or 2 months ago, and that is the recommendation to send smaller shipments of roughly 700,000 to 1 million value. And the reason we're doing that is because he mapped out the graph for it, and it's about a 50-50% chance to get a Divine Orb. So we're going to test that out right now. That's what I'm going to be trying to do in the Necro Settlers event. So let's go ahead and set up some shipments. Alright, so 20,000 blue xanthemum, and then we can put 400... almost 500k dust. Alright, and that will get us close to 1 million in shipment of value. Alright, so I'm going to click set sail on all three over here. 1, 2, 3. And we'll check back in this at the end of the video. Alright, we're back here on the main, so we are on the Necro Settlers League. We've made a few upgrades to the character. I am still a broke boy, guys. I know a lot of you following along are actually ahead of me, so congratulations. I am happy for you. I know that sounds like a meme, but I am sincerely happy for you. Let's look at the character here. Alright, we are level 95. We have a new wand. We have our Cloak of Defiance slotted in, and I think we've upgraded a few of our rares. So let's have a closer look at all of these. Alright, starting with the item I bought first, and that was this pair of gloves for 1 divine. Right, as you can see, it has some life, mana, resistances, and an intelligence suffix, which also gives us some energy shield and mana. And then I put my Eldritch Implicits on it, so it has lightning damage leached as life, and it has a chance to unnerve. Okay, we are going to be struggling to get spell suppression gear for a very long time until the economy kind of settles and people get situated. So I have decided to go for the maximum res setup with Saffel's Frame while we wait for spell suppression gear. So that is the gloves. Then the next thing I saved up to buy was actually the Cloak of Defiance. This cost me 3 divines. I believe the price has dropped down a little bit since I got this. So this one is high rolls, and I do need to Sacred Orbit to get higher base stats. And I've gone ahead and 5-linked it myself while I save up Orb of Fusings to use the crafting bench and get a 6-link, okay? Don't rush the 6-link here unless you want to kill Maven or something. You can use your currency better elsewhere. The other thing we have gotten is just a slightly better pair of boots. This one's still not that great. It's got life. Right, we need the strength affix here while I sort out my passive tree to get enough strength. I gotta move a couple points around, and then it has a chance to do some onslaught on kill. Aside from this, you can see that I still don't have Edziri's Foible. Right, we're using a rare amulet here that gives us Dex, Life, Lightning Resist, and Lightning and Chaos Resist. This is a crappy amulet. I should upgrade this soon. And of course our goal is to save up for Edziri's Foible, which is very costly right now. Right, a lot of you guys have been asking, what do I do if I can't afford an item that is recommended in the guide? Just try and look for a rare with similar modifiers. So for your amulet slot, that would be anything with a high mana roll, and maybe some dexterity to make up for the reduced attribute requirement that Edziri's Foible comes with. For our ring, we have a Death Rush. I couldn't afford the Adrenaline for 3 seconds. I bought the 2 seconds instead. A ring is still good, and I don't know if I've talked about our wand yet. So we've upgraded from a Moon Sorrow. This isn't even a I-86 wand. This is an I-84 that I found, and then I used Shrieking Essence of Woe to get this craft. Because I couldn't afford Deafening Essence of Woe. Right, if I go to Faustus over here and we click I want and then you look at the essence prices, these are pretty expensive, right? 17 chaos per. I can't really afford that. So I settled for the lower tier essence instead, and that's how we got this. Flasks still need upgrading. I did spend a big amount of my money on a jewel because I really like stun immunity, right? I play on a little bit of a higher ping, so having stun immunity helps the game feel more fluid to me. So I ended up buying Immutable Force with 939% increased stun and block recovery for 7 divines. Okay, so that is where the most of my money has gone. It's gone into this jewel to get stun immunity, and then 3 divines onto the chest, so I can now have a little bit of evasion and some mana. Alright, taking a look at the passive tree, we are working to save up to get Unnatural Instinct to put into here, and then Light of Meaning to put into here. But other than that, our passive tree is looking good. Someone did ask if this is a mistake, putting the Glorious Vanity next to Mind Over Matter over here. And the reason we can do that is because we have Mind Over Matter from our Cloak of Defiance chestplate, okay? Until you get Cloak of Defiance, you are going to be using this socket here and Pain Attunement for Glorious Vanity. And then once you have this chest piece, you can unspec all of these points and then move Glorious Vanity over here, and then that will save us 6 points. And what else is there to talk about? Some of you have mentioned that you are struggling with damage. Make sure that your Uber Lab is complete. This is going to give us 20% more spell damage right off the bat, and then if we are scaling these nodes over here, which gives us Arcane Surge effectiveness, that 20% is going to scale up to an even higher number. So that is where we got a lot of our damage going into red maps. This is the look at my currency tab. I have 3 Divines Raw. I got a Veiled Orb from this little Katarina trick that I taught you about, so that was definitely worth it. Right, this intelligence gathering. Right, fought Katarina. You can see that my safe houses are almost done again, and I got a Veiled Orb. I'm going to hold on to that for some time because Veiled Orbs tend to appreciate in value the longer the league goes on. And likewise, we also have a couple of other nest eggs here. Dedication to the Goddesses. These things also go up as the league goes on and on. But aside from that, most of our currency is in Divines and in Chaos. Okay, let's have a look at the Atlas tree here. We have a full Atlas completion. Alright, a friend and I ended up doing the unique maps and getting 115. We still need to do a couple of favorites. Haven't gotten around to do that. And we only have 2 Watchstones. So I'm going to open up our first Atlas tree here. It's the same skeleton tree, right? We have the strong boxes, the shrines, the map tier effect, and so on. But what I've done is I've swapped out of Kirek mission chances, and I've taken all those points that we've saved and I've invested them into map effect modifier. That's because since we are now level 95, I don't really care if I die, right? Unless you want to go for the last 5 levels, you can just kind of unalive your character and try harder mechanics, alright? We don't need to worry too much about that. And speaking of harder mechanics, this league has been crazy. I've died 126 times, mostly due to lantern mobs. I swear 100 of those is ghosted gemling legionnaires that just come out of nowhere and one-shot you. So definitely need to work on my survivability here, and 4 of you guys saying that you were not feeling survivable anymore, right? Make sure you have the Glorious Vanity Jewel, right? That helped me a lot. And then after that, we have to get our mana pool up and our damage up so we can leech back some of the damage we take, right? 6k mana is quite low for an endgame setup. We want to be at 8k, 9k, somewhere around there. So lots of gear upgrades for us to make. Anyways, this is just me boringly standing around in town, but there's a reason for that, and that's because I want to show you the state of the economy and how I've been trying to make money without overly relying on being awake and online all the time to get the good lanterns. So, let's have a look here. What have I sold? Essence Scarabs, when I logged off, were going for a lot. Let's see over here. I'm going to type in Essence Scarab. So you can see here the price of the Essence Scarab is 8 to 1 if you're trying to insta-sell it, and if you're trying to buy it, it's closer to 12 chaos. So what I would recommend you to do is when you're selling things, check the buy price as well as the sell price, and then decide somewhere in the middle where you want to price your listing. So you can see here that I was going to go to bed, you know, a couple hours ago, and then I listed these for 20 chaos per, and while I slept, they slowly sold, and now I have 540 chaos. Alright, so those were some Essence Scarabs. Eldritch Embers and Ichors are also selling. I sold these for 8 chaos a pop. Are they even worth that much? I don't know. Let's go find out. Yep, they're actually... yeah, that's pretty close, right? So these are Ichors that I made money from. My primitive chaotic resonators, some of them sold, some of them didn't. So these we have been getting from Delve as well as the mining byproducts nodes. I guess I should have mentioned that with my Atlas tree. We are now taking mining byproducts, and when we use a sulfite scarab in our maps, you can see the sulfite scarabs here. I bought some to use on our maps. Right, there's a chance that the sulfite we pick up is converted to azurite, and then we spend the azurite in the azurite mine to buy these things. Right, and then we can sell these for whatever the price is over here. Essence Scarab of Ascent. It seems like Essence Scarabs just is selling for a lot. I'd have to look over the entire scarab list to find out what other scarabs are selling, but just keep an eye out for market opportunities, right? A lot of people have a lot of chaos to spend from the manifested wealth lantern, right? And if you miss that, right, you're not going to have all of that chaos. Instead, you're going to have these other items that are also appreciating in value. Right, I haven't sold any of these yet, but yesterday, Offering to the Goddess, we're selling for 10 chaos each. And of course, like I said, Essence Scarab of Ascent sold for, what is this, 82 chaos? Something stupid like that? I don't know what the price here was, guys. I just went to bed, I listed things at inflated prices, and people bought them because people have money. So, does that make me kind of a bad person? Maybe, but this economy is a shamble, and people are trolling each other with the PoE map and the crowdsourcing for Necropolis lanterns. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's enough economy stuff. I will collect this and then maybe buy an upgrade later. I want to show you the build and what it's looking like right now. Okay, so I tried to showcase this map, but this happened. So, you see that right there? It's a Soul Eater Illyria on a map boss lantern modifier that is just completely deep digging me. So, yeah, I'm gonna load up another map and try and show you guys that instead. I managed to clear this by running away from her. So the lantern modifiers definitely do throw a curveball into the how this build feels to play. I will say that. Oh my god. Alright. Ugh. I want to get that Chaos Orb, but she won't let me. Ah! We did it. Okay. I'm gonna go load up a better map for us to showcase, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, so here we're doing a underground river map with crit on it. I might die to the crit damage, but I really don't care. Alright, I've gone ahead and set up a cast when death portal because the lantern modifiers have been killing me so much, guys. I swear the build is tanky once you have it geared. It's just, I don't know what the hell I'm dealing with these lanterns, alright? So, I'm not a... Okay, we'll get our shrines over here. And the sulfite and the mining byproducts, as well as the pact for energy nodes, definitely do help Atlas mapping feel a lot smoother. Right? I wouldn't say it carries the build, but it does make it feel a little bit faster with the increased cast speed we get. And it's really nice until we get better gear, because we should be doing dual-wield wands with double cast speed affixes on it, but we can't afford that yet because spell suppression gear currently costs a fortune, or simply doesn't exist. Right. We're almost at the end over here. It looks like we have some Shaper influence, which is pretty cool. That must be from a lantern. And... alright, we can handle that. Alright, let's see how we do against the League mechanic. Alright, no problem. Alright, and then the boss. And there we go. Hey, that is not a Mage Blood, unfortunate, but that's what this build looks like in a Alkengo map type setting, and we have all the map effect nodes put in here. Alright, so I know a lot of you have been saying it's not as tanky as you would like, it's not dealing enough damage as you would like. Right, a lot of those problems goes away with some gear upgrades. So I should be doing a dual wield wand, and then I also should have more survivability when we get its series foible, as well as the unique jewels in these two slots. So I'm going to go organize my inventory real quick, and then I'm going to see you in Kingsmarch, so we can talk a little bit about Kingsmarch. So we're in Kingsmarch now. I've gotten smelting set up all the way until I can get Verisium smelting, so that's rank 7 smelting. Alright, that's all you need to do for smelting. For mining, we actually want to max it out, because once you max mining out, you get this node here that says marking ore in areas grants gold equal to the amount of ore. Alright, so let's say 100 maps, you get a 100,000 ore. That's 100,000 gold you make from having this maxed. Okay, so in the long term, definitely max your mining. I haven't set up mapping yet, or the recombinators, and I haven't even set up shipping because we haven't had a lot of resources to ship yet. So I'm going to go work on setting shipping up. We do need to get our dust going. Alright, so we want to get our disenchanter up and get him dusting items. So we got to work on that. And we have our farm fully maxed here as well. And the setup I've gone with the farm is we've gone with, let's see if I can show you here, 4 blue xanthemums, right? Because I want to try that strategy I told you about at the beginning of the video. And then 1 corn and 1 wheat, right? And you want to put your blue xanthemums in the middle, and then you want to put your highest level farmers in the middle plots, because these are going to be the ones that produce the most crops per hour, right? With the blue xanthemum, we are shipping off to Kalgor to try out the strategy, and then the corn and wheat is more of a big shipment type thing. We're going to try out Sir Gog's 17 million shipment, so we're going to be accumulating some wheat and some corn, and once we get 17 million worth of those crops, we're going to ship it off to, I think, Ribbonfell with some dust, and see if that gives us any mirror shards. That's it for Kingsmarch. Don't really have anything else here to say. I guess if you talk to Rolf, you're going to want to be using the reroll with high quality recruits to get your high level farmers and the such. That will cost you a lot of gold, so farm those maps, get that gold. Alright, and for those of you that are struggling to upgrade your wand, because the essences are so expensive, what we can do is set up our second tree as an essence tree. That's what I did to get my essences. So here, if I type in essence, maybe it'll make more sense if I do it on a blank tree. That way you can showcase it to you better. All right, there's some essence nodes here, 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 and here. Right, you don't need a lot of points to max these out. How you want to spend your other points is up to you. I guess I can run a mock-up super quick. So you go here, grab these, go up here, and then we're going to go left a little. Alright, and always make sure to grab these map tier nodes, no matter what strategy you're doing. Alright, then we take these ones over here, and since you run essences on yellow maps, you might as well take Trial of Glory, that way you might find improved offering to the goddess. Take all of these little nodes here. Crystal Resonance if you are doing a no scarab strategy, okay? So as long as you're not doing any scarabs or Remnant of Essence corrupting, take Crystal Resonance. Then you go up here, and then you grab these nodes over here, and then you are done. Alright? You don't need these 2 little nodes here, they don't really help us. So I'm just going to double check, make sure I got all the essence nodes. Yep, 4 clusters, all done. So that will cost you 44 passives here. So I have that set up on my second tree alongside some scarabs, and I want to show you what that looks like. Alright, so for this strat, I'm going to take off my watchstones. We don't need to use watchstones for this. You're going to set your favorites to City, Square, and Race Course. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this one out. Race Course, City, Square. And then I have these 2 maps over here. So you'll see this is just a random Alkengo City Square. You can chisel it if you'd like. It's really up to you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the map in. Don't use your sulfite scarabs on this, and then it's set to essence. Make sure to take the essence map device crafting here, guys. Right? This is a lot more cost effective than the scarabs, because the scarabs are inflated right now. So for 6 chaos, we get 4 essence monsters. Alright, we'll put this in, and then I'll show you what this map looks like. Hey, you don't... Like, your Frostblink should be killing most of these map monsters because they're yellow map monsters, so you don't even need to cast on most of them. So you just Frostblink around, find the essences, and then you kill the essences, and then you kill the map boss, and then you leave. Okay, there's some essences. Here's the next one. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so that was 4 essences. There should be at least one more somewhere. Okay, here is the last essence, I think. Okay, there should be at least 5 essences in each map, sometimes 6. Looks like we have a 6th one over here. Let's do this too. And then once you have those essences complete, you go to the middle of the map where the boss is. Let's go find it real quick. Here, and then all of these bosses will have some of those essences on them as well, because we took that one node on our atlas. And the reason we've picked City Square and Race Course is because it has 3 bosses in the map. So these bosses will have the essences split amongst them instead of all stacked on one, and that'll make it easier for us to kill. Alright, so that's what the essence strat looks like. You just want to maximize your map blasting per hour, and you want to make sure you have enough chaos to get the chaos essence benchcraft. Okay, do not do this without that benchcraft. Go farm chaos and then come back and do it. Otherwise, you will be wasting your time. So back to the hideout we go, and then you can have a look at the essences I got over here, and what my essence tab is looking like as I was farming this. Alright, and like I mentioned earlier, if you cannot afford deafening essences because you are a broke boy like me, then use Shrieking. Use that on your wand, alright? You get 3 chances, 3 Shrieking essences to use on this instead of 1 deafening. So that's how I farmed my wand, and you can see here that we also have a safe house ready to go from the Mastermind mechanic. So I'm gonna go ahead and run Katarina. Haha, nice.
Death will not be an escape. Scurry, scurry. The election is complete. A cascade of pain. Take this. Stand still. A cascade of pain. Stand still. Death will not be an escape. Scurry, scurry. A cascade of pain. Stand still. A cascade of pain.
Alright, and there is Maven. Alright, took 7 minutes, but yeah, I just goofed the memory game. Right, the DPS could be higher, guys. The survivability was just fine. But yeah, higher DPS, easier this fight is. So we got our third Void Stone, and that is going to give us a chance to do Jungle Valley farming. Alright, and oh look, put the Void Stone where it goes into. I will talk to Commander Kirk over here, get the Atlas Book of Skill, and yeah, I think I'll wrap up this video here. We are going to have to make some upgrades before Uber Elder feels comfortable, but 3 Void Stones is plenty to do some endgame mapping strategies. So, I know this has been a little bit of a longer video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will probably put the clip onto our shipments from Kingsmarch and end the video there. And I will see you next time with some better gear upgrades and hopefully some currency making methods to share. Alright, we're back to check in on those shipments. Let's go to Kingsmarch, have a look. And once again, guys, this is on the regular Settlers of Kalgor League. We're just using the main here to test a strategy.
We got shipments need collected. What do you need?
Alright, shipment number 1. No divines, unfortunately. So I don't think anything of value here. I'll just click take all. Shipment number 2. Alright, there we go. We have 1 divine. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Shipment number 3. Holy crap, 3 divines. Okay, very nice. I think this is a little bit lucky here, but I'll take that. Hooray. So, with the shipments there, we got 4 divines and some bubblegum over here. And hopefully we can recreate this in the Necro Settlers event. See ya!